I know my desk is a mess, but here is a workstation, and basically you seen it. I just drove things everywhere on it. But today's video is going to be us installing the 970 Evo Plus into the Threadripper build. Now, the reason for doing this is I've been having a ton of errors, crashes, and just odd stuff happening to this system for quite a while now. And I have reinstalled Windows, I have did fresh restores, and it comes back to the only thing I can trace it down to is the M.2. It's just 250 gigs. This was used ever since Threadripper came out. This is generation 1. Has a ton of reads, has a ton of writes on it, and I just think it's causing errors. So we're going to throw this in it, install a fresh Windows yet again, and see if that fixes the issues. I don't know if it will, but we get a new video. This is the Threadripper PC that I'm talking about. And let's just go ahead and take this side cover off. Oops. And I plan on updating this case because I really don't need all this storage anymore. I just don't know which case to go with. The EATX motherboard, I'm not sure. Not sure what to put it in. You guys got any recommendations? Let me know in the comment section. I'll check them out. If I like it, I will pretty much probably pick it up. I mean, we could do a water cooled build. We could do a lot. That scared me. That was my speaker setup over there. I forgot the speakers was on. Well, it happens. So let's turn the power supply off. It's done. It's on. Side note, the power supply is not bolted in to this system. See that? Yeah, that's 1,000 watt too. Plenty of power. So I guess we're going to set it on the table, remove the graphics card, and get to installing the M.2. That's what you're here for. That's a heavy system. Very heavy case, very sturdy built case. We need to remove the graphics card. We got an M.2 here. Ooh, that's still warm. I was using this system, and I picked that 970 Evo Plus up at Best Buy today, and I was actually going to do a cloning video, a remake of cloning software, because some of you guys wanted to see that. But I decided after I had another error on the Windows while I was using this PC, that I didn't want to clone that system Windows in case those drive errors on that M.2, and then it will just carry over to the 970 Evo drive we put in here. And yeah, what's the point of that? Let's just put a new one in and see if that fixes the issue with this Threadripper. Anyway, you're probably looking like, where's that M.2 at? Well, it's under this heatsink here. I would think. I'm pretty sure. Well, I ain't gonna work. So I get my little knockoff iFixit kit. Get a very small 4-way out. And take them screws out. So we can get to that M.2. Now you can use a wrist bracket to ground yourself. I always just touch something metal. Make sure I don't have no static charge on me. That's how I usually build PCs. I do got a bracelet though. I don't want to lose these little bolts. And if you was doing this standing up, it probably would be a pain. Probably would be a great pain. I also made a new USB drive creator tool for Windows 10 to install this with, so we should be up to date on it. I was running a year-old one, and I just figured this way it'd be a lot easier. Just get everything new, give us every chance of life as we can. Should be able to just pick us up now. Thermal pad, still sticky and good. lay this over to the side. That was a 960 Evo, guys. Let's pour it out and take a look at it. So if you look, we got some pins here that's been scuffed. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to insert this 960 a few times in this. And if anybody got oil or anything on these contacts, sometimes they tarnish. And just by doing this can make a big difference. And this PC ain't been apart in a many years, so. Take a look at that. See, already cleaned up much better. So we do this a couple more times. Yeah, I cleaned it up. So you can actually see the mark of tarnish, kind of like a build-up on it. You see it right there. That's something you got to watch for, especially with M.2s. That's the reason, even on PCI Express, any pins like that, sometimes older CPUs, you have to reseat them a couple times to get them to make contact. That's something, if you build PCs, is pretty quite common. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. This is the 970. So you can tell they're the same size. So this box will be a great place to keep this 960. Especially if it ain't an issue. If it's an issue, it could have a corrupt Windows file on it or something. But I'm pretty sure, as many times I installed it, that it might be this. But it could have been a USB drive with the creator tool. But I used it on the other PC, the FX system, and it's doing just fine. So I think it's was just the SSD. And these contacts has no tarnish buildup. No fingers have touched those. So let's go ahead and insert them. Just like so. If you had a different size SSD when doing this, just you have to move your standoffs. You know, that's something you just have to do. This one is right where we need it. And everything's fitting extremely good. Let's go ahead and install this. Whoops. That's when a magnetic screwdriver comes in handy, guys. Because you don't want to go trying to, you know, scrape that board around. So, what we do, we'll try to just get this in the hole and then switch screwdrivers. I don't know. I ain't never used the iFixit kit, but are they magnetic? Comment below if you know or not. I've been thinking about ordering a kit. As much as I do electronics. And now it's just snugs down. You don't want to over tighten it. Just snug it down. So we go ahead, put a 960 up. You never know. I also went ahead and formatted this so it's ready to go for a new computer if this ain't the problem. So we go ahead and get the heatsink ready. Let's just go ahead and, can we start our bolts? Just stick them down in that. I just lost one. Found him. All three's the same size, so you don't have to worry about them going in the wrong place. Go ahead and just set this down here and see if we got them lined up. I do like that big heat sink because these SSDs do get quite hot. That was no trouble at all. It went pretty fast too. And we're good to go. Now all we have to do is put the graphics card in it. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. The weight of the card pretty well just lines everything up. It just falls in place. And if you want to know, that's a Zotac 1080 Ti. Yeah, this card does great. One's a little toasty. Well, you can't blame it in this case, but it's a good card. I mean, if you can get your hands on 1080 Ti, especially in this GPU shortage, Definitely, because I game at 1440p and 4K, and you know you ain't getting 100 frames a second, but it's very playable, enjoyable. 1080p, it's great at 1080p. 1440p does just fine. I play Warzone a lot, 1440p. Play at 4K too, but I see myself playing it more at 1440p usually. 1080p, I mean, it's a beast, as I just said. So let's set this up, hook it back up. Oh, this is heavy. Very heavy. Oh, get it. Oh. Oh, now. Okay. So one of my problems is this power supply here. It ain't bolted in. I mean, it take 2 seconds to bolt it in, but it's not. This thing ain't, I don't think it's ever been bolted in. But we just plug it in, make sure she gets a good connection, put our thumb screws back the way we need it. You remember how many thumb screws I took out of this? Let's turn this big bad boy on. Then got the SSD in it too. So the system didn't like being turned on with a new SSD driver, that's for sure. We started. Now we'll post. Should be getting a post any second. There we go. Check our BIOS out. This is basically boot overdrive. We can basically boot in right here if we wanted to. Oh guys, it don't say. I ain't 100% sure which one's which. Oh no. So I'm gonna cut it off and we move the other drive. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. Yes, I want to quit. Yes. And this is just a Western Digital. Right here, 500 gigabyte. There we go. It was drive 0. Wasn't 100% on that. Wasn't going to take a chance. So we're going to go here. We're going to go next. It's going to usually ask that Windows going to put partitions on this drive. Is it okay? Well, it sure didn't care. And that was fast. So we got Windows up. We're on the desktop. Some programs downloaded now. Basically, we're running all the base drivers of Windows. Now, is it stable? I ain't 100% on that. We do some future videos if it's not stable. You find out very quickly, especially if you subscribe to the channel. If you're not, get subscribed, because you will hear me complain about the issue, and you will see me probably tear the whole computer down piece by piece till we fix the issue. Yeah, or track down the issue. There's tons of stuff you can try, especially when you have issues like this. Most of the time it's software, problems, drivers, etc. But we did have a lot of tarnish build up on the connection of that SSD, and it could have been the USB drive too. It was an older drive, and it's installed Windows a few times on it. Could have had a corrupt file. I'm going to get back to using this PC now, and you be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your input on the subject. What do you think the problem is? Do you think we fixed it? So on. I enjoy hearing from every one of you, and I do read your comment. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video.